where we are in the 21st century, which is in some senses similar and in some senses way worse. So the FBI have this database now, and actually a standard, a 2011 National Institute of Standards and Technology standard for cataloguing tattoo patterns for identifying victims and suspects. And initially, this is like a kind of basically a database where they could say, this person has this kind of tattoo, and then you can type in the tattoo thing into your database and it comes out. But they try and categorize every single possible tattoo in 70 subclasses. So I'll just read you some of them.
Lots of really shitty swastikas.
Oh my god! So there's the top categories are human, animal, plant, flag, object, and abstract. Under human, we have male face, female face, abstract face, male body, female body, abstract body, roles, knight, witch, man, etc. So that just gets, whether you've got a tattoo of a knight or a witch or a chef or something, you get your tattoo database entry is under the category roles. Sport, male body part, female body part, abstract body part, miscellaneous human
form. What's an abstract body part?
And then skull. I think abstract body part probably means like hand, if you've got a tattoo of a hand or a foot or something, or an ear. Then we have animal, cat and cat heads, dog and dog heads, other domestic animals, vicious animals, lions, etc., horses, donkeys and mules, other wild animals, snakes, dragons, birds, spiders, bugs and insects, abstract animals, animal parts, and miscellaneous animal forms. Under plants, we have narcotics. We have red flowers, blue flowers, yellow flowers. We have drawings of flowers as a separate category. We have rose, tulip, and then lily, and then misc plants. This is so weird. Like, can you think? Flag, American flag, state flag, Nazi flag.
I mean, look at the first and the third one could be the same thing.
Confederate. Ooh, satire.
That one as well.
Confederate flag, British flag, miscellaneous flag.
I mean, so many of those are just the same thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Then we have objects. So under objects, you have fire, weapons, aeroplanes, vehicles. Aeroplanes and other vehicles that fly, boats, ships, and other water-going vessels, trains. There's a whole separate database category for trains, tattoos of trains.
For all the neurodivergent criminals out there, you get their train tattoos.
Okay, now here's the thing: mythical. So mythical, like if you've got a tattoo of a unicorn, it goes in object rather than animal, horse. It goes in object, mythical. Sporting object, water, and miscellaneous. And then we have abstract figure, abstract sleeve, abstract bracelet, abstract anklet, abstract necklet, shirt, body band, headband, miscellaneous. So can you see any problems with that categorization system?
Yeah, quite a lot.
Talk me through them.
So one, it's like both incredibly broad but like strangely specific as well. Also, there is like
yeah, right.
From someone who knows how to use Google Scholar, I could not imagine trying to cross-reference this database to try and find like some like dude who has like weird abstract like runes on his back and is like up for murder.
Yeah, it's completely insane, right? So like the FBI point out. So this is from this report on this is from 2012 or so. It's called FBI Next Generation Identification, NGI. Bigger, better, faster. Right. So, but they realized that this database is ridiculous because it basically requires officers and whoever, coroners and whoever, to like basically put these in manually. And like, as we said, like, why would you, someone with a unicorn tattoo might end up with their tattoo as object, unicorn, object mythological.
It's a librarian's
someone else might
nightmare.
have animal, horse. It is. And it's this really interesting, absurd database categorization that's meant to be helpful, but probably ends up being less helpful. Why is there a separate category for lily but not chrysanthemum? How would you categorize any of your tattoos, for example?
Male figure, female figure, animal, snake, abstract object of a harp, of skulls. Like, I don't know.
I think it'd be a great set of challenges for Ink Master, right?
But it functionally makes the database like completely unusable as well. Because how are you meant to, like, if you're looking for something and some like FBI agent who is like working late and it's 9 p.m. and he's on his like 7th cup of coffee putting in tattoos into this database and like puts them in the wrong section, like, how are you meant to? At least the Dewey Decimal System works.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the other thing, of course, about this is it's not only meant to help you identify people. If you find a dead body or a criminal or a suspect, and you just type in, this guy's got a plant tattoo. Like, how is that helping you? And also, it's also drawing inferences. It's connecting people in ways that are really problematic, because it's going to say, hey, these people have the same kind of tattoo, which is one of the things that the FBI want to use this system for. It's something that goes back to something, again, I talk about in the book with this gang called the 40 Thieves in London, which wasn't really a gang, just happened to be lots of people who were tattooed, who, when they were arrested, the jailers and the magistrates and the cops were like, oh, these are part of this gang called the 40 Thieves with the mark of the 40 Thieves. But like, the mark just moves all over the place and changes every time you look at it. If you start with the premise that this tattoo is going to be indicative of criminal affiliation, then you're going to end up in a really weird place. But the FBI still think this is useful, and so there's a particular research group out of MIT at the moment who have been working for quite a long time, like a decade or so, lots and lots of published papers trying to improve or develop a like visual algorithm. So a kind of visual recognition, like a kind of Google image search, reverse image search for tattoos. This is being funded by the FBI's Biometric Center of Excellence. And again, it's absolutely insane.
Look, to be honest, they could probably like do this better. Just employ like some 80-year-old tattoo artist, and he can just look at it and say like, yeah, that was done by this person in this state or whatever, and it's this old. And like, a tattoo artist could probably tell you better than all of these AI programs.
Right. But this is where this stuff's going now, right? Like, when the FBI are booking someone, they're photographing their tattoos. They're photographing them now in a very specific way that's going to be more amenable to being put through this system. And they're then going to be run through this investigatory similarity. But we end up with, like, again, this really weird taxonomy that's created, which links things that really don't need to be linked. So one of the research papers shows that, there's a particular mafia gang tattoo from a gang in Texas that ends up looking really, really similar to, something that's not that at all. We end up with sports team logos that also end up looking like white supremacist designs. We end up with, all these crazy stuff, but like 64,000 images in Michigan State Police database alone when this paper was published. I was going to say, and the algorithms are only hitting like 15% accuracy. So hit rates as low as 15% accuracy, identifying visually similar tattoos on different people.
But also, like, to like the untrained eye, for like people who aren't even like casually interested, most tattoos look the same anyway. So like, you can imagine someone who isn't like trained or interested in this field looking at them as like, that's this, that's that, that's that. And like is categorizing them in a way that if you had someone who knew what they were looking at, kind of like a mind hunter, David Caruso from CSI Miami type person, they would like know what they're looking at. Whereas, this is just an abstract body part.